So this is the surprising part, is that sex causes men to lower their morals, lower their values, and break their own rules, right? In studies, when men's sexual attraction is activated through the viewing of sexy photos, they report being more likely to lie, cheat, or steal, and less likely to return money they had not earned. In other words, men get more into a survival mode. I don't know why, right? It's kind of interesting. In fact, most likely it's because they're trying to guard what they have, right? They get more aggressive. And that aggression, I imagine, helps when you have a woman, right? Because if you're a guy and men are trying to take your woman and you're acting like a little bitch, that woman is going to be in danger just simply by being with you and her bad choice of picking you, right? So yeah, so studies show that they lie, cheat, they cheat more. All the research shows that men are more attracted to and more likely to pursue women who are more vulnerable to sexual exploitation because of their youth, immaturity, or intoxication, right? And it's almost like they turn predatory, right? And that's insane. And this is why sometimes guys betray their friends for women. This is why men sometimes lie to their women, because for some reason, testosterone, the sexuality, the desire for sex, there's something in that just morally decays men, at least temporarily, from what the studies show. And women are like, oh yeah, exactly. They're corrupted. They're horrible. We must cancel them all, right? I'm not saying that's how most men are, but yeah, generally. So yeah, men see so other research shows that men are attracted. Oh yeah, so when and this explains a lot why men are attracted to vulnerable women. That's why men are attracted to women who need help. Men are attracted to are also a little bit turned off when a woman doesn't need them. It makes them, it pushes them. It pushes them men away, but a man, there's something about vulnerable women that men just find it attractive, right? It's almost like the ripeness in a fruit, where if it's nice and red, it looks ripe, right? Because evolutionarily speaking, the ripe fruits were the ones that were tasty and that provided nutritional value. The only reason why why we have some wired attraction to certain things is because it was rewarded in the past. So most likely, picking a woman who is vulnerable allowed the man to provide something that she needed, protection, in the exchange that she has her kid. So most likely, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's just most women were vulnerable because we needed each other, actually. When you were hunter-gatherers, me as a man needed a woman. I couldn't bear a kid by myself because I needed a hunt. I need a woman. And a woman couldn't bear her. There was no such thing as a single woman, as a single dad or a single mom back then. It just wasn't, right? So we all needed each other. So a man who's strong wasn't just a man who was independent. No. If he wanted a kid, being strong wasn't enough. He needed a woman, right? It's just the same thing, right? We all need each other. A man needs a woman, and the next thing that a woman needs a man, but the next most important person in a woman's life is her mom. Studies show that, because the mom provides care for the child when the mom can't take care of her because of work or something like that. So yeah, that's one thing, right? The next thing is that men see sex as an addictive activity compared to women. Men are more addicted to the activity of sex than women are. Studies show that, and they get more of a dopamine release when they have sex than women do, right? Because for men, it's just more than sex. Sex is an opaque screen that clouds humanity until they get what they want and interact with you. In other words, it's similar to when you have you know how people say never shop when you're hungry, right? It's a very similar thing, that when men tell men, if you like the girl, jack off, all right? Unload your bullets and then think of her. How do you still like her, or does the desire go away, right? And that's actually very true. When a man has his dick full of the life, right? He can't see you for what you are. And man doesn't know if he really likes you, because he can't tell the difference if he's feeling lust or love. It's really hard to tell. It truly is. I mean, it's unbelievably difficult to tell, right? It'll fool you into thinking that you actually love the woman, when in reality you don't. And it seems like it seems like a conscious act from a woman's point of view, right? Because that's all they see. They can only see what they see. You can only judge them by their actions, and it appears like actions of sex leads them to get turned off. But you're looking at it from a place where you're expecting guys to just want to use you, because a lot of the times it's just that they realize they don't like you. It's like when you order food and you order a crazy amount of food, and then you realize you ordered too much. You're like, yo, I was too hungry and I ordered too much. Or when you shop hungry, right? You can't do that because you'll buy too much. It's the same thing, right? You ladies can relate to that analogy, where man doesn't know if he likes you. So it's kind of like you gotta say, so what do you gotta so what are you saying? Are you saying that you gotta have sex with him and that it's something that benefits you to like? So, well, of course you would say that. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you that a guy will not know if he really likes you unless he has sex, right? And the situation that women find themselves in, are you noticing your breath? Pay attention to the breath, all right? Is that they end up waiting a long time to have sex with a guy, which is fine. My problem is that they end up falling in love with the guy, and then they have sex with him thinking that the guy actually likes them. They have sex, and all of a sudden the guy realizes he doesn't like you. And then you're in love. You did it with him. That's why you did it. He can't find out if he hasn't gotten it off. And you might say, oh, well, why can't he just, load one off before he meets me? Because he hopes that this is the moment, right? So he's not going to go to you with no bullets in the chamber, because every time he sees you, he's hoping today's the day. But I can promise you that if he's with you, all of a sudden he goes to the bathroom, lets one off, and comes back, you might see a different person. And I don't blame them. I don't blame you for withholding it, and I don't blame him, because we're a victim to our biology. I don't know if I like a woman unless I jack off and think about her or have sex, and now I realize it. So it's almost like, who's going to compromise here? I don't know. I'm just explaining how male nature is. So it's kind of like, it's very hard for men to see you for what you are if he's looking at you and being distracted by sexuality. It's an opaque screen that of cloud of emotion that clouds how he sees you. He can't see through the fog. It's very thick. So the next thing is that sex is so even though men are visual creatures, they usually, when they have an orgasm, they usually don't have an orgasm based on the situation that's going on in the moment. They usually need to imagine something in their minds. So even though he's with you, he needs to imagine something in his mind extra, or there's a mirror and he can see the mirror and interact with the visual image. But generally speaking, because think about it, when you're having sex, you don't see the whole panoramic 3D fucking from the top view like porn do. You don't, right? You usually have a POV where you're with them, blah, 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 right? But generally, guys need an imagination. Like, I've done that. Like, guys visualize a lot when they're having sex, because guys they use their third eye, right? Which is their dick, right? They use their third eye to imagine things, and that's what turns them on, right? Images, visual image, studies show that visual image in the mind turns on a man more than the actual thing. I don't know. That's what I think so, right? I'm gonna confirm it, but I think if this is still on, it's because I looked at it and I confirmed it. So it's kind of interesting how men actually orgasm through visual images than the actual person. Men don't get turned off by sex, right? They don't, like, that's a myth, right? Men don't see sex as a degrading act. Men see, well, if she's banging the whole football team, yeah, I would totally agree. I could see how guys could see that, right? Now, are you aware of your breath? See what I'm saying? It's very easy to lose presence. Stay in the breath. And if you want to learn how to do this, you could become a Patreon member, where every other week, at least once a month, we have Zoom meetings for all the Patreon members. We had it yesterday, where we meditate together, and I take some of your questions and I can answer some of your questions. So if you want to join, it's a meditation kind of like Patreon. So go check it out. So yeah, men don't get turned off by quick sex. What really they get turned off is by people who are emotional, who get open, who get attached too quick. That's what actually turns them off. And the thing is that it's a correlation because you usually say, okay, because this actually happens, right? Women will have sex quicker if she don't like the guy. A woman will take a little bit longer to have sex with a guy if she likes him. Why? Because she wants him to respect her, right? So quick sex doesn't equal respect. Right? A lot of times, women when a woman has sex with you quickly, it's because she just doesn't. She don't give a fuck about what you think of her, right? So she'll do it quickly. So what's really going on is that the quick sex is really a byproduct of just of you loving him too fast, too quickly. And you think that the quick sex turned him off, when in reality, it was the other things that came with the quick sex: the texting a lot, the calling a lot, the wanting to see them all the time, right? But you just point to the sex and ignore all the other things you did. No, it's try this. I'm not telling you to do. Have a one night stand with a guy, and don't call him again, and see what happens with that guy. That guy will be texting you, right? This is a fallacy perpetuated by some people, but usually religious folks, which I don't blame, right? There's merit. 1 second, people. There's actual merit to withholding sex until marriage. There really is, people. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that denies that fact, but there's actual merit to it. Men have sex with women whom they're not into. They get what they can get, right? So a man can have sex with a woman whom they're not attracted to. And women can also too, right? A lot of escorts do that, right? So men can have meaningless sex with a woman they find unbelievably unattractive. And what they do is that they just visualize a hotter girl in their minds. Sex for men is opportunistic. They will have it when they can. Evolutionarily, this is true. They're like animals. They're like hyenas. They're like vultures. They see a woman who just got heartbroken, and the instinct of every man is to try to take advantage of it. That don't mean they're going to follow through and take advantage of it. I'm just saying it's an instinct. And the good ones control that instinct. The last one is that men can have sex, but not in a relationship, right? Some women cannot have sex if they're not emotionally connected. A man can have sex willy-nilly with almost anybody who they find physically attractive, right? Because we're wired for that. The men who didn't have that wiring most likely never got passed on that gene. Men who were able to come quickly and who are willing to have sex at any moment just naturally pass on their gene better, right? I mean, like nature is not a moral police. Nature is just saying what works, even if it means taking advantage of the weak. Right? It's fucked up, but that's how it is, right? So these are the things about male nature, about sex, that you guys have to understand. Don't try to resent it. Try to work with it. Try to see what's the good thing about it. Don't just notice the negative, because it's very easy to turn cynic at male nature. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one or want to get one-on-one coaching, go to mindfulattraction.org and get one-on-one coaching.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mindful Attraction University, taught by Professor Alex, where I teach you all of the strategies to improve your dating life and all of the courses that I have all in one place. And you can get it at a highly discounted rate. So that means you can purchase all of my basic courses without the bundles, usually at $600. You can purchase it now at $399, people. Not $400. $399 for psychological purposes. Yeah, that's right. Oh my fucking God, he's showing us a scam. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Father Alex does that. So that means you could get emotional mastery, the psychological game of attraction, the feminine woman, natural chemistry, charisma blueprint, and nice girl at a discounted rate. But then, if you want to get the master's degree of the Mindful Attraction University, taught by Professor Alex, you could get the premium version, where usually all of the courses cost $1,200. Now you can purchase them all at $799 or 4 payments of $200. You guys can now also do like a payment plan. Feminine woman, emotional mastery, the whole shebang with all of the bonuses at one lower price, people. And with that, honestly, this is the type of thing that I know that if you guys get, it'll fix your dating life in ways you guys cannot imagine. Now, my worry is that it is a lot of content. Like it is, and I'm not a fan of giving people a lot of content because I don't want informational junkies. But this is the best way to get it all in one price. Now, look, mind you, it's no. If you purchase the bundle, I'm just gonna be honest. There's no refunds. Purchasing the whole bundles. If you guys think you guys are not gonna like it, I will prefer if you guys buy one course to see if you like it, and if you don't like that course, you could get your money back and don't purchase the bundle, right? But if you like that course, you guys can send me an email and say, hey, can I upgrade to the bundle? Pay the difference, and there you guys will get it. But it's just that, look, man, you guys know my content. If you like one course, you like it all, right? So that's the only caveat. But I know damn well, if you purchase it, your dating life will never be the same. Okay. Now, for those who purchase the courses but want to add to the bundle, you guys can message me and maybe we could come up with a price so that you guys can get it while being able to not have to pay all the crazy prices. Okay. So just click on the description down below. There you'll see the ability to purchase the Wi-Fi basic package, which is the one that you see here for $3.99 without the bundles and without the bonuses. But if you guys want to purchase it with the bonuses, which is a lot of content, and I'm afraid because it's a lot of content, you guys can purchase it right here with either 4 payments of $200 or one-time payment of $7.99, right? And yeah, and by the way, I made this design, Father Alex is being inclusive here and stuff like that. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Hopefully you guys can support the channel by purchasing those courses, and I'll see you guys inside. Bye-bye.